This is Carla, Erica, Victoria, Jordan, Lauren, Christina, at ako. At ito ang Group 4 sa FS.
Good day everyone! We are the Group 4 and we are now on our Activity 5 in Field Study. We have given the opportunity to observe on Ma'am Jesselyn de la Cruz under Filipino subject in Bayambang National High School. In this activity, it focuses on Domain 5 in Field Study 1, entitled Assessment and Reporting. Assessment is an inevitable part of the teaching-learning processes. It determines the effectiveness of the curriculum. At the same time, it assesses, evaluates the learner's performance. These are the different assessment tools that can be utilized throughout the process where feedbacks are drawn. In this activity, we, the FS students, will be engaged in varied opportunities which will help us understand better the assessment process. While we are observing the classroom discussion, these are the forms of assessment tools used by the teacher. Which of listed assessment are formative in nature? The formative assessment I listed above are the assessment for learning and the assessment of learning. These are the pagbabalik-aral, pagganyak, pagtatalakay, paglalahat, paglalapat, at kasunduan. Because it involves formal and informal assessment activities as part of learning and to inform the planning of future learning, and the learners use formal and informal feedback and self-assessment to help understand the next steps in learning. Here is the list of all the summative assessment that we have observed. The summative assessment I listed above are the assessment as learning. This is the pagtataya or the short quiz where they need to arrange chronologically order the story they discuss. Because formal assessment used to collect evidence of students' progress and may be used for achievement grading on grades, and teacher determine the progress of application of knowledge or skills against standard.
Based on I observe, creating the exam, the instructor most likely considered a number of factors, such as creating accurate and relevant questions, keeping the degree of difficulty moderate, and coordinating the evaluations with the objectives of the curriculum. It also possible that emphasis was placed on developing critical thinking, asking problem questions, and assessing different cognitive capacities. Specifically, they might have made an effort to avoid using ambiguous language, provide sufficient context, and incorporate a range of question types in order to assess various areas of comprehension. We conducted an interview with a DepEd teacher inquiring about the methods used to compute learners' grades and the criteria taken into consideration. Additionally, we asked about process of reporting grades or performance to parents. Here are the results of our interview. The teacher's computation is based on DepEd K-12 grading system. Each of subject has a different percentage in computing grades. As the teacher documents the student's grades, she ensures the creation of a clear and comprehensible report or record that reflects the grades assigned. The evaluation of students' performance is conducted according to the DepEd K-12 grading system, which comprises three main components: written works with 30%, performance tasks with 50%, and quarterly assessment with 20%. The computation of the learner's grades is based on this specified criteria. She is considering classwork and quizzes, homework, tests, projects, and papers which cover more information than homework or classwork and participation. According to the teacher, she communicates her students' academic progress to their parents during quarterly card distribution events. Prior to releasing the student's report card, there is a scheduled parent-teacher meeting where the teacher discusses the student's performance. The basis for this discussion is the student's portfolio, which serves as an evidence of their academic scores and achievements. The validation of this portfolio is carried out by both teachers and the principal. If parents have inquiries or concerns about their child's grades, the teacher can provide a clear and tangible proof, which is the portfolio.
Why is there a need to evaluate learning? There is a need to evaluate learning because it will assess the understanding, providing feedback for improvement, and ensuring educational accountability. It provides the teacher and the students meaningful feedback about how well they are doing in terms of achieving the lesson's learning objectives. Do teachers need to record results of formative and summative assessments? Why or why not? Yes, the teacher needs to record results of formative and summative assessments because it will allow them to monitor students' development. The summative assessment will serve as a record to evaluate the students' understanding of the subject matter, while the formative assessment will be utilized by the teacher to enhance the instruction for learning processes.
The table of specifications offers teachers a method to enhance the accuracy of their assessments of students' performance on tests. It achieves this by furnishing evidence related to content and the process of responding, thereby improving the validity of their evaluations. Recognize the expected achievements that students should acquire by the conclusion of the grading period. Define suitable indicators of learning and select assessment activities that empower students to showcase and receive feedback on their acquired knowledge. Strategize educational experiences and instructional tasks that optimally foster the development of the skills, knowledge, values, or attitudes outlined in the learning outcomes, incorporating chances for self-evaluation and assessments.
So now, let's proceed in question number 5. Did the teacher use a scoring rubric to evaluate the student's performance? Describe how it was utilized. Clear explanations of the task, knowledge, and extent of a student's performance are prioritized in rubrics. Feedback on a range of tasks, including case studies, groups, projects, articles, reflections, participation requirements, presentation, and performance can be given using rubrics. And now let's proceed to question number 6. Did the learners encounter difficulty in answering the teacher's question? Expound your answer. Occasionally, students may not pay close attention during class discussions. But if they concentrate on the teacher's presentation of the material, they will be able to readily respond to the teacher's HOTS questions.
Good day, everyone. We are now already here in Reflect. So let's proceed to first question. The first one, as a millennial would-be teacher, how can the assessment process help you make learning more fun and more meaningful? As a millennial teacher nowadays, it is easy to make the students engage in a fun and meaningful way. With the help of technology, just like game-based learning, friendly competition, etc., all you need to do is be a creative, innovative, and informative. The second question, as a future teacher, how can you eliminate fear of assessment to your students? The first one that I would do is inform, demo, and guide them always, especially the daily motivation and daily reminder, because if the environment is changing, all you have to do is adapt and unite. And now let's proceed to the third question. If you are the teacher, What solutions could you offer to address the challenges in evaluating students' performance and giving feedbacks? For me, is open communication, because when there is a connection, there is always a solution. And lastly, attach sample computation of grades using the DepEd guidelines.